Hey, and welcome back. It's Tuesday. All of the government offices were closed yesterday for Veterans Day. I hope you sort of got your spirit filled with all of the different services that were going on to honor our veterans. I know I participated in a couple, and I always end up getting a lot more out of it than I give. But we owe a big debt of gratitude to our veterans, and those I like that. It's a different holiday, but it's really looks a lot like Memorial Day. The trick is Veterans Day is for both people that have passed on in service to their country and those that are still with us. That's Veterans Day. We memorialize at Memorial Day those that have passed away that were veterans. But it doesn't do them a lot of good this side of heaven to sing anybody's praises. And it's so much better when you can go and thank a veteran for. I was talking to a group last night, and it was a group of kids from a Boy Scout troop, and we were talking about what we do as prosecutors and what the legislators do and all of that. And when you think about it, our government works as well as it does because we are able to put ideas in motion. If you didn't have the brave men and women of the Air Force and the Army and the Navy and the Coast Guard and the Marines, they're just ideas. They never make it to fruition because someone else is telling us what to think. And we don't have to do that in America, due in large part to the service of these veterans. So today's Tuesday, but again, it's something that we should be thankful for all the time. Also in this season, and this came about last week, but in our video we were highlighting some of the cases. But another thing that came up, and I told you I would try to get to, was it caught a little bit of news, but the Attorney General collects grants that are federal and state grants. They hold them and then they decide who gets what. And all of these grants deal with victim services. So the good news to you is that you as Horry County or Georgetown County taxpayers don't have to pay for these services because we choose to pay for them through grants. And obviously, the grant money is coming from somewhere, but it's coming from federal grants and state grants. So you as a federal citizen may pay for them, but man, you're a much smaller percentage of that. It doesn't cost you nearly as much on a federal grant because it's already there, and either it's going to Wyoming or Nevada or South Carolina. So we choose to do it that way. And the Attorney General's office this year gave us $372,000, almost $373,000, which pays for 5 of our 11 victim advocates. And it also pays for an investigator. So it pays for 6 employees that we don't have to go out and ask the county or anyone to come in and pay for, coming from state and federal grants. These are the people that keep you updated on your case while it's pending in our office. Real quick, if you are the victim of a crime, the first person that you'll probably hear from is a victim advocate from the police organization that is that has jurisdiction. And they'll call and they'll say, hey, Jimmy, we see that you're a victim of a crime. Nobody's been arrested yet, but my name is Tanya, and if you have any questions, call me, and I'll keep you updated as to if there's ever an arrest of who broke into your home. That person will hold it until there's an arrest. Then, if you'll think of it as a relay, she hands the baton to the sheriff's office victim advocates that are out there at the jail. And their leg in this race is really short. They hold it and make sure that you're aware of the bond hearing and gather some information from you before that person comes up for a bond. Then they hand the baton off to our office. And as long as it takes for the case to reach its resolution, whether that ends up with the defendant in prison or probation or whatever is going to happen to that person, that person from our office will have it for a lot longer time than the other victim advocates, simply because the process slows down after the arrest. That's the discovery process and all that goes along in preparing it for trial. So 5 victim advocates are funded from this. We've got 11 victim advocates total. About half of them are funded by grants, and the Attorney General, Alan Wilson, does a wonderful job of looking out for us. Even though the federal money got cut back a good bit this year, Alan was able to procure some other money from the state, and our budget got cut a little bit, but it was less than $100,000. They also look out for other people that are in the business of helping victims, like the Family Justice Center. The grant money goes to help them. That care house of the PD, sort of like our Family Justice Center, they received $431,000. McLeod Hospital received over $200,000. Domestic violence for the PD, that's where all our money went. PD Coalition Against Domestic and Sexual Assault, $2.4 million. And there's one of these organizations that Barnabas Horse Foundation, they help people that are going through traumatic event through the use of horses, horse riding, that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of groups that come with their hand out to collect these grants. We're one of them. I think this is the 7th year that we've received this grant, and it's an ongoing grant. It may go up, may go down, but it's still better than us having to go to county council and ask for more money. That's state and federal money that's coming to you to take care of victims of crimes. The investigator is there for domestic violence. So all of this is victim services. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll get back together next Monday.